Hey everyone, welcome to your daily Donald Trump update for July 26, 2025. What a day it's been for the president, jetting off across the Atlantic, mixing a bit of diplomacy with some personal business flair, and even stirring up the crowd along the way. If you're like me, you're always fascinated by how Trump keeps the energy high, whether teeing off or tackling global issues. Today, we're diving into his latest moves from a fresh Truth Social shout out to a high profile trip that's got everyone talking. Let's jump right in and see what the last 24 hours have brought. Starting with his social media game, which, as we all know, is where Trump really connects drunkly with his supporters. On Truth Social, things were pretty low key over the past day, but he did drop one notable post early this morning that ties right into his current whereabouts. He shared a glowing quote from golf legend Gary Player, praising Turnberry as one of the top 5 courses he's ever played in his long pro career. And Trump capped it off with a simple "Thank you, Gary." It seems like a timely nod given where he is right now, but no big flurry of replies or reposts from him, just that one appreciative message to kick off the day. If activity picks up later, we'll catch it up in tomorrow's update, but for now it's a reminder of how he weaves his passions into the conversation. Shifting gears to his political and campaign side, the big headline grabber has been Trump's trip to Scotland, where he's blending official duties with a personal milestone. He departed yesterday afternoon, heading over to inaugurate a brand new golf course at his Aberdeenshire resort. And let me tell you, this isn't just any vacation. It's got that classic Trump touch of turning business into a spectacle. Reports are buzzing about this 5 day jaunt echoes his past visits, like back when he cheered on Brexit. And it's raising eyebrows on how presidents handle their business enterprises while in office. But it's not all leisure. Sources say he slotted in meetings with world leaders, including a chat with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and even touching base with the European Commissioner on some key issues. Plus, there's talk of him pushing negotiations to ease tensions in Southeast Asia, showing that even when he's on the links, Trump's got his eye on the global stage. Before Wheels Up, he wrapped up some diplomatic wins, like signing off on a recession package to trim government spending and releasing over $5 billion in school funding that's been held up. It's that kind of multitasking that keeps his base fired up, proving he's not slowing down. On the campaign front, while the Trump team hasn't dropped any fresh announcements from their official site in the last day, the MAGA machine is humming with reactions to his moves. Supporters are highlighting how he's back in full executive mode, quote unquote, tackling AI policy, immigration tweaks, and those signature tariffs that he says will boost American prosperity. He's even floated ideas like rebate checks for folks based on tariff revenues, which could be a game changer if it gains traction. Can you imagine getting paid because we're doing well? That'd be great. And let's not forget his stance on international matters. He's expressed interest in keeping nuclear limits intact with Russia, signaling a pragmatic approach amid ongoing talks. All this while overseas, it's clear the campaign's narrative is about action over distraction, even as critics point to the costs of his travel. Now, turning to the noteworthy mentions of news swirling around him, the Scotland visit is dominating the chatter, and not everyone's rolling out the red carpet. Protesters hit the streets in Edinburgh and London, chanting things like Donald Trump is a joke and decrying the blend of politics and personal profit. Kind of reminds you of Revelation 11, how the prophets torment the whole world. Crowds gathered as Air Force One touched down, with signs waving and voices raised against his presence. It's got that fiery energy we've seen before, but Trump, he seems unfazed, focusing on the course opening and those diplomatic huddles. Media outlets are framing it as a bold move, with some calling it exceptional for a sitting president to so publicly promote their own ventures. On the home front, there's lingering buzz about Epstein related files and subpoenas, but Trump's team is pushing back, labeling it as a deflection from his achievements. He's also fielding questions on everything from Hamas negotiations, where he claims they refused a hostage deal, to rehashing old grievances over the Russia probe after a recent intel report. And in a staffing shakeup, a fired speechwriter from his first term just got appointed to lead the U.S. Institute of Peace, which could signal fresh directions in foreign policy. Meanwhile, his admin's offering hundreds of millions to states for migrant detention sites, modeled after tough setups, showing immigration remains a hot button priority. It's a mix of triumphs and controversies, but that's par for the course in Trump world. Wrapping it all up, from that early morning Truth Social gem to the transatlantic tee-off amid protests and power plays, Trump's last 24 hours have been anything but dull. He's proving once again why he captivates the spotlight, delivering on promises, stirring the pot, and keeping America first in the conversation. Whether you're cheering him on or watching closely, stay tuned because tomorrow could bring even more twists. Thanks for joining me on this update. Hit that like button if you're excited for what's next. Subscribe for daily